Well, I guess it's one of those times where you go to court, you got some wins and some losses. Here in this latest court battle, the Mercury News reports two Hells Angels guilty of racketeering crimes, including murder and a beatdown. A third member found not guilty, which I guess is good for him. We're going to talk about it in just a second after this very brief introduction. Stick with us. Man, I hate it when I mess up my swooshes. Man, it's so hard to run your swoosh machine. Hey, I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV. This is the Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. This is the Black Dragon Biker News Network. If you like this kind of stuff, then why not like, share, and subscribe? Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. We'd appreciate that. And we need you, people. We need you. So make sure to support our super chat and all that there. We'd appreciate that. So today's story, this evening story, and I've been sick for a couple of days, in and out of the hospital, but not like in and out of the hospital, but I've had checkups and stuff. And then I've been on this new diet, and man, I just when you change the whole way you eat, you don't feel really all that great. So that's why you guys haven't really seen me in a couple of days. So here I am, and I'm feeling good. Thank you for all your prayers and everything and all that. So if you guys could go ahead and bring up that screen for me, I'd appreciate it. We are looking, as soon as it comes up, voila, bang. We are looking at this story here from the Mercury News. Two Hells Angels guilty of racketeering crimes, including murder and a beatdown. Now, let me see. Get rid of this. There we go. Murder and a, how do we get rid of that? There. Murder and a beatdown of a third member found not guilty. Including murder and a beatdown. Third member found not guilty. So two Hells Angels were found guilty of racketeering, murder, and a beatdown of a former club member. A third member was found not guilty at all. Crimes included a murder plot where the victim was cremated illegally. Now, we talked about this story when it first happened, and they cremated the person and all this kind of stuff. I mean, can you imagine an illegal cremation? Like, who's got those kind of resources? It's straight out of Sons of Anarchy. But it was crazy. And I remember when it all happened, we're like, dude, you got your own crematorium? Like, you could just make bodies disappear forever. And Dang, like what don't they have? So it look how long it took for there finally to be a resolution in this all. It takes forever. But once them wheels of justice get to rolling, they may be slow, but they're like big wheel keep on rolling. And proud Mary keep something like that. You guys know that song. Rolling. Thank you. Rolling on. Yeah, you guys remember that song? Rolling on the river. Anyway, two well-known members of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club were convicted of racketeering and other federal offenses Wednesday, while a third member has been acquitted of witness intimidation, authorities said. And I want to tell you, Vegas Profile Stories, if you haven't been on that website, our YouTube page, Vegas Profile Stories, they were covering this. He was covering this extensively. So you got to go over there and look at the full coverage if you want to know the backgrounds. And he actually talked to some of the people and maybe even like became friends with one or something. Like he actually talked to the Hells Angels dudes and interviewed some of them and stuff and everything. So make sure to go over there and check them out. Vegas Profile Stories. But anyway, two well-known members were convicted of racketeering and other federal offenses, while a third member had been acquitted of witness intimidation. And I remember that Vegas Profile's story guy said that the witness intimidation was just like straight BS. I guess the guy shot the girl a middle finger and was charged with federal witness intimidation. So it looks like he beat that. Raymond Ray, folks, you know, we got some Ray Rays and Mookies and stuff, you know, on the Black Club set. I didn't know they would have any Ray Rays over there, but yeah, we got some Ray Rays, Mookies, Bebes and them. But Ray, folks, the former president of the Hells Angels Sonoma chapter, was convicted of racketeering, conspiracy, assault with a deadly weapon, and witness intimidation. So he was convicted of all that. While Christopher Rainman Ranieri was convicted of involvement in a murder conspiracy and racketeering, Brian Burke was found not guilty of intimidating a woman who alleged that folks had sexually assaulted her. Now, this kid's crazy. Jurors reached the verdicts after 2 full days of deliberation that started on Monday. Prosecutors and defense attorneys gave their final pitches to the jury last Friday. So it only took them 2 days. That doesn't seem like a lot of time to me. They were in and out 2 days, looked over all the stuff, and that was that. The convictions mark the next major step in an ongoing prosecution of a dozen members and associations of the Sonoma Hells Angels, and the second trial to result in guilty verdicts. So the DA's hitting 90% here or better. Both Ranieri and folks face decades in prison, but a sentencing date has not yet been set according to court records. Ranieri, the president of the Hells Angels Salem, Boston chapter, was convicted of involvement in the conspiracy to murder Joel Silva, a sergeant at arms in the Sonoma Hells Angels, who prosecutors say was shot in the back of the head, then illegally cremated at a Fresno funeral home. The July 2014 murder went unsolved for years. And what solved it? You guessed it. Somebody talked. Yep. Somebody talked. Yep. We talk about it all the time. Only one person can really keep a secret. You know, if you got to do some dirt, best to do it on your own. Don't be dependent on no club brothers, because, you know, one person, it's a secret. 2 people, maybe. 3 people, woo, boy, you're stretching it. 4 people, hell no. 6, 8, 12, 20 people, nah, not at all. So anyway, the case went unsolved for years. It went unsolved forever. And then, let me get back to my place. Until a former Richmond Hells Angel came forward with the stunning story that Silva had been killed for increasingly erratic behavior. See that? A former, a former Richmond Hells Angels member came forward with the stunning story that Silva had been killed for increasingly erratic behavior and threatening one of Ranieri's best friends during a motorcycle event on the East Coast. So, that's how some clubs deal with their erratic ones. They take them on out, get them on out of here. So this is what he did wrong, and somebody from the club, a former member, snitched. And after that snitching, something that was not able to be solved for decades or years or whatever the case, 2014. Now look how many the years that's been. Is all of a sudden solved and the people went to jail. That's what one person loose lips sink ships, my friend. Folks, meanwhile, was convicted of beating a former Sonoma Hells Angel after discovering an affair between the victim and his wife. Now, in the biker club world, that's what happens. You mess with a bro's wife, you're supposed to catch the beat down. With the rings on your hand, you're supposed to get the straight beat down. I don't even know why that was a problem. But he was convicted of beating a former Sonoma Hells Angel after discovering the affair between the victim and his wife. The man testified that folks and others assaulted him for hours inside the Sonoma clubhouse. Oh, he testified. Wow. During which time folks allegedly left and sexually assaulted the man's wife. I might have testified too if I didn't kill the guy. Me cheating on your wife doesn't mean you get to go rape mine. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. You crazy. But anyway, this is what they're saying. That he testified and that the man assaulted him for hours. They beat him up in the clubhouse. And then while they were beating up, folks allegedly left the place where they were beating him up, sexually assaulted the man's wife, and then returned back to continue the beating. It's a little barbaric, if you ask me. Burke had been charged with intimidating the woman folks allegedly sexually assaulted by making a gesture at her after driving by her on a Sonoma County street. He was driving past her on a road and he gave her the middle finger. I remember hearing, and for that, he got charged with witness intimidation. So if you know that you are facing a witness that's going to be a witness in a trial or something, and you're part of that club, don't shoot her the middle finger. I mean, how could you know? But it seems that that's what happened. So during the trial, Burke's attorney called the case flimsy and propped up by unreliable witness statements. The charges have been active since 2017 when the FBI conducted a series of raids that resulted in the arrest of a dozen Hells Angels members. Last year, 3 others, Jonathan John Nelson. That was my name when I was growing up. Jonathan John Nelson, Brian Went, and Russie Ott were convicted of playing different roles in Silva's murder. A lot of people have been convicted after that one guy snitched. There's a lot of people convicted here. Nelson was convicted of helping plan it. Ott was convicted of luring him to Fresno. And Went was convicted of shooting Silva in the back of the head after he bent down to look at some marijuana inside the Fresno Hells Angels clubhouse. So they suckered him in, got him comfortable, and took his ass out in the back of the head. They didn't even... Oh, that was just nasty. After the murder, prosecutors say Merle Hefferman, a prominent Fresno Hells Angel, directed a relative and another man to bring Silva's body to a nearby funeral home and place it into the cremation oven with another person. Here's where it gets strange. Like, what happens when you get your person's remains that you love and you're like, gee, man, that's I thought the urn wasn't supposed to be this big. This urn's big enough for 2 people. This is a 2 people urn. Why is that? He wasn't overweight. Like, what did they do? Like, they mixed your like, I got 2 people here. I don't even know who is who. This is This is ugly, man. We don't plan for this in our funeral plans to be cremated with other people and stuff. I mean, man, it just seems sacrilegious to me. But they did it. They put him into a cremation oven with another person. A second member of the club, Robbie Huff, allegedly drove Silva's truck to a remote location and set it on fire. This is what happens when a lot of people don't like you in the club. Well, a lot of people didn't like him. Nobody stood up and said, "No, don't shoot him in the back of the head, man. He's our brother." Whew. A lot of people got convicted on this. Man, he must have really been acting erratic, huh? Anyway, Huff drove his Silver's truck to a remote location and set it on fire. Another guy called him to the place. Another guy shot him in the back of the head. Another guy called and said, "Oh, I got a friend over at the funeral home." Now, get this. Huff is now listed as a missing person, and his current whereabouts are unknown. Boy, I wonder if he did anything that pissed somebody off. Wow. So Huff set the truck on fire, and now Huff's missing. Man. Boy, that's a dangerous game they play. Police say he was last seen near the Fresno area. In both trials, Joseph Hardesty, a former Richmond Hells Angel, testified for the prosecution. Do you see that? He testified for the prosecution. I know. And he and Silver were close friends until a major motorcycle festival on the East Coast in 2014, when Silver completely alienated himself from the club by using drugs and being obnoxious. Yeah. A lot of clubs, especially in the old days, had rules that you're not supposed to use drugs. That's not something we haven't heard of before. He testified that the plot to kill Silva started right after that festival. After Nelson, Went, and Ott were convicted, like one guy convicted for setting it up, the other guy convicted for shooting him in the head, the other guy convicted for burning all these things they were convicted for. Prosecutors charged a man named Samuel Halquin with witness intimidation for allegedly sending Hardesty pictures of him and his family and making comments about harming them. Man, they just been slanging the book around there, them parts. Just a slanging the book around. Man, hey, what up? Regional President Miles. It's good to see you, my Black Sabbath brother. Good to see you, man. Respect, honor, and respect, brother. Honor and respect to all my brothers on tonight. Honor and respect, President Devil. I see you. So, dude, man, I tell you what, you join these clubs with them diamonds on. Them boys ain't. It's not the place to go over there on that bullshit. You're gonna have to like be able to follow the rules, get along. You can't be stealing from the club, messing with other brothers, women, and all that antisocial shit. It'll get you hurt, killed, even. Like, ain't nobody playing over there. They ain't playing. It's serious as a heart attack. If you can't follow basic instructions and get along with people and follow the rules, you need to stay out of these motorcycle clubs. I hope that's evident. Nothing justifies killing someone or raping someone's wife. Like, boy, that is that's a lot of gravitas to go rape somebody's wife while you're whooping. You got him tied down and whooping him, and then go rape his wife and come back. That ought to teach you, boy, oh boy. That is an obstinate, arrogant guy there. Like, you must think you're untouchable, bro. And maybe he was. But it was exacerbated by something. He did catch you cheating with his wife, or supposedly. And that is that's the price. You're over there in the big leagues. You're over there in the big leagues. Everybody's watching. You got the big diamond on your chest. Everybody's watching. But them rules over there on that side, them rules are for keeps. They ain't messing around. That's a lot of y'all be talking about. Yeah, I'll pull my gun, and I wish they would talk crazy to me. You need to read some of these news articles. Them people ain't playing, man. They ain't playing at all. They ain't even playing the fiddle with your ass down to the curb. They're not playing even a little bit. So, in this case, somebody snitched. They might not have ever been caught. Somebody told and caused a whole bunch of people are going to jail behind that. So, I don't sit in, you know, I don't condone it, but like Chris Rock says, but I understand. I understand what's going on. And in some places, you don't break the codes of brotherhood. You don't, or things could go bad for you. Anyway, 20 minutes in the story. No need to talk this one to death. The guys that wasn't convicted, I believe, was found guilty of other things. Maybe they're all facing a lot of prison time, as you can imagine, and they chose those. And that's what they say. They say this. They tell you this. I can only promise you two things: one, an early grave, or two, a lifetime in prison. That's what this brotherhood requires. It requires that you put the brotherhood first. You might lose your family. You might lose your job. You might lose your wife. You might lose your freedom. You might lose your life. And this is what you go into with eyes wide open. Whenever I have to talk to family members that come from some of these clubs that we report on, we spend a lot of time talking to family members, especially family members that have no idea until their family member gets hurt, incarcerated, or killed. They have no idea what they were into. And I would say some of you guys in these clubs, you need to explain to your family members what you're doing and how much it means to you. Because if I'm not in your club, it's hard for me to explain when they're looking at me like, what happened? You're reporting on this. What happened? All I can tell you is that he was with his brothers and he loved what he did. That's it. So, somebody said I was invited to a Hells Angels campground in Granby, Quebec back in fall 2015. They're very strict about drug and alcohol use. If they offer you a drink, you better be asking for H2O pop. H2O or pop. And that's something that is very well known about a lot of clubs. A lot of clubs are very strict about how you act in public and stuff like that. Absolutely. They got signs on the door, no getting high in the clubhouse. So a lot of the stuff that people bring up about us is just not true. But anyway, E. Lizard said, it's not the Boy Scouts. I often say I'm a biker, not a choir boy. So what comes, comes. All right. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. I'll probably be doing a rerun of one of my shows tonight. So you guys can go check it out. I'm Black Dragon. We're on 7 days a week with some sort of content. Please go over and check out my new channel, MC Protocol 101, MC Protocol 101. I'm still filling it up with content and getting it. I don't have a good schedule, but we will be having new content every week. So please go back and look. But at least go over there, like, share, and subscribe. You can get Black Dragon Biker TV on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and TikTok. So go check us out, Black Dragon Biker TV. Help us get our subscriptions over there. You can donate to the channel, $Biker Prez, $Biker Prez. So we can absolutely use that. Or the super chat. If you want to throw us a couple bucks of super chat, we appreciate that too. Don't forget to read my daily online news magazine, bikerliberty.com, bikerliberty.com, where you can read all the stories that we talk about. You can recognize the truth when you hear it because it has a ring of familiarity to it. I'm going to always try to reach out and get that ring of familiarity. I want to say when we read these newspaper articles, you guys must know that the newspaper often doesn't have it right. There are parts they leave out. There's parts they just don't know. So we can only say this is what we've read, this is what they've reported. But a lot of times they just don't know what the hell they're talking about, and that's why we have the Biker News Angle. You can order my books, Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, all available on Amazon and Kindle or at blackdragonsgear.com, where you can get your autographed copies. And you can also get Black Dragon's book, Prospects Bible, on Audible. Join our daily podcast, The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, LAIR, The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, wherever you get your podcasts. And we have a Discord channel. The link to the Discord is in the description box below. If you need to reach out to me, it's blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. So that's all the ways. And I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great evening. And, man, I hope the Lakers don't get eliminated, man. Yeah, we don't want that. All right. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. 338 still. I'm stuck between 338 and 340, but we're trying to shed these pounds. Come on with us. You can follow me on MyFitnessPal or Fitbit. J Bunch II stands for John Bunch II. Just send me a friend request, and we'll lose this weight together. Thanks for tuning in, man and woman. Get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
And we'll see you in a minute when we break out. The first bug out bag we're going to be looking at is.
Well, let's do yours first.
Yeah, how about you first?